Hello, this is Mic Test 3. So it's been 11 days since I have done another mic test. So I'm doing one again. I think I've got it all figured out this time. Also, something I figured out with the boom arm. So the second arm, or actually, I guess it's really the first arm, it actually can move, but since the arm is new, the thing is very stiff. So I just had to pull on it with more force to get it to move. So now I can really adjust the boom arm however I want, which is cool. So yeah, and also I have solved the issue previously with the audio interface recording out of both inputs. That should be solved now. The problem with the previous video was that the volume was too low, but I turned up the gain a lot. So that should be solved now, hopefully. According to my audio mixer, it seems like it is recording at higher levels, higher gain levels. So yeah, and yeah, I guess I need to talk about something. Even though I kind of already talked about everything. Oh, I've been watching Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. That's been good. That's been cool. So yeah, and I guess also to talk about something again. So actually, yeah, I guess. So I'll talk about content again because I'll just try and recap the things that I talked about in the previous two videos and this one so that it because this video should have better audio quality. So yeah, essentially, uh, the reason why I haven't been posting a whole lot of content is because I've been busy and I've been tired. So basically, I thought I wasn't gonna have to work on the weekends, but I am working on the weekends. I am working on the weekends. So hooray! So that's the pretty much the primary reason why I haven't been making content. So yeah. Next thing, I discussed that I wanted to buy hard copy games again, and my most recent purchase is Spider-Man 2. I've been enjoying this. I actually beat the game tonight, so yeah. I actually took the disc out of the console so I could show the disc to you. So there you go. It was actually hot when I took it out of the console. So that makes sense. I took the pre-order bonus slip out of it because I haven't redeemed the pre-order bonus. The reason why I pre-ordered it was so that it would get here when the game on the day the game came out because I had it shipped to me through the mail. So I went ahead and pre-ordered it so it would get here on October 20th. So yeah, I beat the main story and it's definitely an improvement from 2018 Miles Morales. I don't understand why stealth was in the game. It's very out of place. I don't understand why they still had like three MJ segments. I don't get that. Those were boring in the other two games, and they were boring in this game. But it's whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, I've been enjoying that. I beat the main story, and I plan to 100% beat the game. So yeah, that's cool. And yeah, the reason why now I want to buy hard copy games again is mostly because I've been watching a YouTuber by the name of Some Ordinary Gamers, and he's probably like forever been talking about buying physical copies of games because you actually own it, whereas like a digital game, and once you're buying it off a GOG, you don't really own it. So that's why I wanted to buy physical games again. And that is what I will be doing. And I'll probably be buying them all on the PlayStation because, to my understanding, games are typically entirely printed on the disc on PlayStation than Xbox. I could be wrong on that, but that is to my understanding. Speaking of which, uh, so I've been uh, testing to see whether or not this game is fully printed on the disc. And the way I've been doing that is before I put the disc in the console, I signed out my PSN account. Although I was actually already signed out because I hadn't turned the PS5 on in months. But then I disconnected the PS5 from the internet, and then I put the disc in the console and let the game download. Now you might be like, whoa, wait. If the game's fully printed on the disc, if the entire game's printed on the disc, why does it still need to download? And to my understanding, it's basically because the games have gotten like way bigger. So the read speed between the read speed between the disc and the console is basically never going to be fast enough without it being the game being like super laggy. So that's why it has to still do a download. And the difference, so at that point, the difference between a physical copy and a digital copy would be how it verifies ownership, which, to my understanding, with physical copies verifies it by whether the disc is in the console or not. Digital copies, it verifies it with Sony servers or Xbox's servers or Nintendo servers, whoever. To my understanding, that is the difference between how game ownership is verified with digital and physical copies. So yeah, and I think I probably shouldn't say since I haven't 100% beat the game yet, but at the very least, I think I can probably safely assume that Spider-Man 2's physical copy, that the entire game is printed on the disc because I was able to get through the main story. I will say, in terms of issues with the game, technical issues specifically, the game crashed on me 3 times, and there was 2 instances of major lag where like the game basically like froze up, and it took like 2 minutes to like come back from the land of the dead to run properly again. So yeah, but yeah, this isn't meant to be like a review video of Spider-Man 2, but that I just want to talk about it for a little bit. Um, I guess the next thing, Zelda project. So I said in my update video from 2 months ago that I wasn't going to be done with the project in the 2 month time span that I had originally planned on. And so now it's just going to be done whenever it's done. And, it could take 2 years, 5 years. I actually really hope it doesn't take 5 years because that's a really long time. But I'm thinking, it's gonna take maybe 2 years is what I'm thinking. So yeah, and I also want to make it clear, the Zelda project is the only thing I plan on working on until I finish it. So yeah, just wanted to make that clear. I'm not gonna like start branching off into doing a million other things and then like forgetting about the Zelda project because I actually want to finish the Zelda project. I want to finish it. So that is why it will be my single focus for the time being. Now, content schedule. I mean, there really is no content schedule, but I think I will probably have a lot of free time again on summer break. I actually had planned on doing a stream this past break, my fall break, but that didn't end up happening, unfortunately. So, yeah. And that is mostly due to the fact that by the time I was like, oh yeah, I should do a stream, it was already like midnight, and then I was like, pretty tired. I'm just gonna go to bed. So yeah, I think I don't really. Speaking of that, I don't really want to do a stream where I I start out like already super tired because then it's like I'm very miserable already. And it also kind of makes the stream miserable too that I'm already super tired. So that's why I prefer that if I'm going to do a stream that at the very least I start out awake so that it's not like oh just just gotta move along, until, for like 4 hours or whatever, however long I feel like streaming that night. So, yeah, because the streams are just much better when I'm awake rather than when I'm like super tired and pretty much in the state of mind I'm going to bed. That's just the way I prefer doing it. So, yeah. Um, I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Hopefully, this microphone upgrade will be really nice because I've gotten complaints over the past 3 years about the audio being too quiet, my voice being too quiet. So hopefully, this microphone upgrade should solve those issues. So yeah. Oh yeah. Going back to physical games. So some physical games I wanted to buy, I'll reiterate. I was thinking about God of War 3 remastered, God of War 2018, God of War Ragnarok, and those are pretty much like the PlayStation first party games that I've been thinking about buying hard copies of. Some other things could be like the Dead Space remake. I liked that. Maybe I'll try Final Fantasy at some point. I've never played Final Fantasy, but I might try that at some point. Um, Nintendo games, some like hard copy Nintendo Switch games I'm thinking about buying are Luigi's Mansion 3, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I can't think of anything else at the moment, which is actually really depressing, but Pikmin 4, that's actually something I don't already own. I was trying to think of like examples of digital games that I own that I want to buy physical copies of, but I can't think of any other games at the moment besides Luigi's Mansion 3 and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So, great. Anyways, I'll probably think of more examples later, maybe, or maybe not. So, yeah. Also, so it's like almost November now. We have like 2 more weeks of October. A week and 3 days left of October. It's crazy. So like at the first like week of October, it was like instantaneously the temperature dropped where I'm at, so it got like super cold. So now I'm wearing like long sleeve shirts and pants again. Granted, that's like a yearly thing. It happens every year, but it's like the temperature change was like instantaneous between the last day of what's the month that comes before October? September. So between like the last day of like September and the first day of October, like the temperature just like dropped like a lot. Granted, it actually probably started dropping more like the last like week or two of September, but I didn't really notice it until like the first week of October. I was like, man, I'm freezing. So, yeah. Anyways, I don't have any other things to talk about, so I guess we're just gonna end it here. And I'll see you next time. That's about it. See ya.